Welcome back to Strength for the Journey. I'm Debbie. I'm an online personal trainer, and I spend my time helping real folks get strong for real life. If you're listening to this in May, there's a decent chance you're in countdown mode. You're trying to finish the school year, you're trying to keep all those plates spinning, and in the back of your mind, you're also thinking about summer, or maybe even in the front of your mind. You might be thinking, I cannot wait. I just want freedom. But at the exact same time, you might be thinking, if I don't start something now, I'm going to be starting from scratch when the school year starts again. If that's you, take a breath with me because this episode is for you. But a quick announcement before I get into the heart of the episode. This is episode 10, and I'm celebrating a little bit. I heard when I started this podcast that a lot of podcasts don't make it past episode 3, and even fewer make it to episode 10. So this feels like a pretty big milestone to me. I'm genuinely excited to keep recording these shows. In honor of my 10th episode, I just opened a Buy Me a Coffee page, which is a way for you to support the podcast. No pressure at all, but if these episodes help you, it's a simple way to help cover the cost of the software that I use to record and edit, and to put a little towards a few upgrades to my setup, starting with some lights. The link is in the show notes, and really, I just appreciate that you're listening. Okay, let's talk about why I do not want you telling yourself, I'll just start later. Here's the trap I see every single year. We get into May and we're exhausted, so the brain just says, this is not the time. I will start in June. But then June hits and we're like, okay, but summer is chaotic. I'll start in July. And then July is full of travel and weird schedules. So we say, maybe in August. And then August is back to school prep and the energy is gone. And so is the time. So we'll just start once school starts. It's like you blink and it's September and you feel like you have to do everything all at once. If you have ever felt that I'm behind before I even begin feeling, that's what I call the back to school start over tax. It's not just the physical part, it's the mental load, it's the guilt, it's the panic, it's that voice that says, why did I let myself slide again? And I do not want that for you. Because here's the thing. Summer does not have to be a free-for-all. And it doesn't have to be a rigid plan either. Most people think those are the only two options. Like either you're super strict and you never miss a workout, or you're off the wagon until fall. Nope. There's a middle option. And it's what I'm calling a summer safety net. A safety net is not a full program. It's not a makeover. It's not you trying to live like it's January 1st. It is a few simple anchors that keep you connected to yourself, even when your schedule is different. Because when you have a couple of anchors, beach days or a camping trip do not ruin your week. They're just part of your life. And this is the part where I want you to hear me. If you're thinking, I'll start later, you're not lazy. You're just tired. And it's totally understandable, especially for my teacher friends. But May is the moment to start because you're tired. Starting now does not mean doing more. Starting now means choosing something so doable that you can keep it going when life gets lighter. If you wait for the perfect time, you will always be waiting. But if you build a safety net now, you walk into summer already having momentum. And you walk into September without paying that start over tax. So here's the rule. Pick the lowest hanging fruit. Not the thing you think you should do. Not the thing that would look most impressive on Instagram. The thing you can actually repeat, even on a weird scheduled day. And here's why that matters. When you pick something that feels almost too simple, it becomes really hard not to do it. You get to collect proof that you do what you said you would do. That is not just discipline, that is identity. Every time you follow through, your belief in yourself compounds and it gets easier for future self to add something more challenging. The lowest hanging fruit that you're going to pick now, it's not the forever goal. It's just the on-ramp, because starting requires extreme effort. And if you try to start with something that is out of reach right now, the effort feels too big and you're way less likely to get that momentum going. So let me give you a few anchors that work really well in the summer for my clients. A daily step floor that feels almost too easy. A water goal. Protein at one meal a day. A 10-minute walk after dinner. 1 or 2 strength sessions a week if that genuinely feels realistic. And I want to say this clearly. If you are someone who has not worked out consistently in a long time, choosing 5 workouts in a week as your anchor is not brave. It's a setup. We want an anchor that makes you feel capable, because when you feel capable, you keep going. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the one thing I could protect this summer that would make me feel proud of myself? Not perfect, proud. Let me give you a few sample safety nets. Safety net A is 7,000 steps a day and protein at every breakfast. Safety net B is 2 full body strength sessions a week and a water goal daily. Safety net C is never 2 days in a row with 0 movement. That is the anchor. That's it. Notice how these do not require a perfect schedule. They are built to survive real life. Let me tell you a quick story. I had a teacher client who used to hit summer and feel like everything just fell apart. And then when the school year started again, she would feel like she had to start over from scratch, like she had to get it together, buy new clothes because the ones from last year felt a little too snug, and rebuild all her routines from zero. Last summer, we did something different. We built a summer safety net that was intentionally simple. Anchor number 1 was steps. Not even a baseline target. The goal was just to keep tracking and reporting steps in my app, because staying aware kept her connected. Anchor number 2 was protein. We picked a realistic protein goal together, and she reported that in the app too. And anchor number 3 was 1 workout per week. When she traveled, that workout sometimes meant a short body weight session in a hotel room. Nothing fancy, but that 1 weekly rep was a reminder. I'm someone who moves my body, and moving my body helps me feel better. And the result was that she went back to school feeling good about herself, not like she had let it all go. So what if you set an anchor, but then you miss? This is where most people go off the rails, because they think the goal is perfection. And if you think you have to be perfect, you will throw in the towel before you even make it to the pool or the beach. So let me give you a rule that I want you to borrow all summer. Some effort toward your anchor counts. If your step floor is 7,000 and you get 4,000, that's not a failure. That is you staying connected. That is you keeping momentum. If your anchor is 2 strength sessions a week and you only get 1, that does not mean, well, I blew it. It means you did 1, and 1 is still building the habit. And if you miss completely, it does not mean you failed. It means you try again tomorrow. Here's the other piece. If you're in a season where your anchor feels too hard to get restarted, just retreat a few steps back. Make it smaller on purpose so you can get back in motion. The goal is not perfection. The goal is momentum. You do not need a perfection streak. You need a pattern of coming. Here's what I want you to remember. Countdown mode makes the brain want extremes. Summer progress is protected by a few simple anchors. Choosing the lowest hanging fruit helps you stay consistent. And starting now means you do not pay the back to school start over tax later. And if you're hearing this and thinking about coaching, I want to be really clear about what my offer is and what it is not. My coaching is not for someone who wants to get bikini ready or do a 21-day cleanse or follow a program that turns your life upside down for a few weeks. My coaching is for real life. My goal is to help you Start now and build a foundation that you can keep building on. The kind of forever fitness that survives busy seasons, summer schedules, and imperfect weeks. If you want help choosing your anchors, this is exactly what I do in my one-on-one coaching. We pick the anchors that fit your schedule, your energy, your preferences, and your starting point. And then we make them repeatable. And right now, my 3-month coaching package is 25% off through the end of May. If you're listening and thinking, okay, I'm ready to stop saying I'll start later, click the link in my show notes and apply. Happy episode 10. Thanks for coming along for the journey. Keep showing up and building your strength for the journey. I'll catch you in the next one.